Welcome everybody to the the April Planning Committee session for Women of FileMaker. I am Susan Fenema. I am the facilitator of Women of FileMaker, but most of the ladies that you'll hear from today do most of the work. So I'm going to let them speak to their sessions. First thing I want to do is revisit our mission statement. And I want to do this every time just to reinforce why we're here. We provide resources to help women succeed in their careers as FileMaker developers. That's really our main goal as a mission for all of us to get behind. Our goals as part of that are to provide networking opportunities, DevCon scholarships, mentorship opportunities, and leadership opportunities. So the ladies you'll be hearing from today are absolutely working within that last goal. We will be talking about all of the others as well. So on the agenda for today, we're going to talk about pause on error. Very excited. And I think I saw John Sindelar pop into here. So he's one of the planners as well for pause on error. So he might have something to add when we get to that point. Scholarship applications, then DevCon luncheon booth, website, fundraising, mentorship, marketing. There's our outline. And we might even get through this fast so that we're not on here for an hour, but we'll see. Okay, first up, pause. And Lisette, I'm going to ask if you could unmute yourself and give us an update. I will just first want to give a big shout out to Lisette as well as Martha, who have done a huge amount of work on getting pause set up. There is a committee who was very helpful at the very beginning, but then we had to move more feebly, not feebly, faster. So we did ask those people to step back, but don't worry, ladies, you're going to be asked for help here coming up in this last month of prep. So Lisette, I'll let you talk from here.
All right. So yeah, it was a lot has gone on since we last talked about it. We have sold out. We have all of the sessions scheduled, and so you can check those out on the website and see what's up there. There is a waiting list if because somebody finds they can't come and they already have a ticket, we can get those transferred. So we've got a short waiting list of people who've gotten in touch since we sold out. Right now our numbers we're just over 40% women attendees and right at 60% women speakers. So we exceeded our goal of 50% women speakers. That's the high points. A lot of fun stuff coming up with it, though. It is exciting. I don't know if John wants to add anything, or if you have anything else.
Yeah, John, I know you're here, so if you want to speak up, please feel free. We do appreciate the opportunity you've given us to sponsor this.
I don't know if you can hear me, but no, it's great. And you're right, Lizette and Martha, and you have done a ton of work. I can only be on for a little bit. I just kind of wanted to hear how you guys were talking about pause, but I'm really excited about what we've done. And you guys have put together an amazing conference. And if I would just encourage folks, if they haven't checked out the schedule yet, to go to the forum, and you can ask people for sample files or comment on sessions, even if you're not attending. It all kind of starts now. Anyways, thanks.
Thanks, John. So the website is pauseonerror.com. So it's not on this slide, but I think everybody can memorize that. But Lisette and Martha, great job so far. It's been a pleasure. All right, moving on to our scholarship update. Elizabeth, if you want to pop in here and start talking, I know you have several slides you wanted to go through, so.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. First thing I wanted to announce is that we've had, in addition to our committee, Linda Press, who is a FileMaker developer and IT guru out here in Los Angeles, has agreed to join our scholarship committee and replace Jillian Gentry, who had to step out because of personal reasons. So welcome, Linda. Well, I can't advance my slide. There, thanks. So touching on the promote part of our scholarship mission, which is to promote, select, and award scholarships, one of the things we really put our shoulder to the wheel on this year was outreach at or to the various FM meetings, whether FM Hug or FM Disc. All in all, we were able to reach out to 11 countries outside of the United States through the meetup groups. There we go. And within the United States, we were able to reach out to 21 states. So that was sort of our coverage. Application deadline closed on April 1st, and we were able to then look at how our applicants heard about the scholarship competition. Word of mouth accounted for more than half of that. Online, which is the cumulative LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, FM forums, about a quarter of that. And then people who heard about it at their local FM meeting was also a little bit more than a quarter of that. So I think that's pretty interesting analysis in terms of how we're getting the word out about this. I just wanted to give a shout out to Laura Betts. We had a lot of people helping us spread the word, but Laura Betts went to 5 meetings across 2 states to spread the word about women of FICA programs, and I think that's pretty extraordinary. So I wanted to give her a shout out. In terms of selection, the 3 of us, Sarah Sixprenius, Linda Press, and I, are now in the selection phase. We're reviewing the applicants. We had 19 applicants, 1 from outside the US, and the other 18 applicants came from 12 states in the US. We're about 37% down in terms of total applicants from last year. As far as awarding, I did just see a note this morning about the leftover fundage, so I will talk to her about seeing if there's any way that we can fund partial scholarship for just training day. I will also work with Stephen Blackwell, who has given us a generous gift of hopefully wanting to donate miles. It's a little bit sticky because they're airlines and we have rules and that sort of thing, but we'll do the best we can to try to partner with Mr. Blackwell and honor his gift. Next slide. All right, so in terms of dates, our review panel conference call is tentatively scheduled for April 18th. We're hoping to have our list of the top 4 selected applicants and a list of contingency applicants as well, in case for some reason 1 or more of the 4 that we select in the top 4 cannot make it. We plan to contact the winners and confirm award in the last part of April and announce the scholarship winners sometime in the first part of May. I would like to host a scholarship postmortem just to kind of go over our learnings and see how we can approach this next year. So anybody on this call is invited to attend that, and I'm hoping that we definitely get participation from scholarship, website, and marketing in order to make the 2019 campaign really great. Thank you for your time, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks, Elizabeth. And I think that that postmortem is a great idea. I know we had a lot fewer applicants this year, which is something, you know, we want to make sure that we have a lot to pick from. So it was absolutely not for lack of effort of getting the word out. So why people aren't applying is something else that we might need to look into. So thanks for taking that added step there. All right, so let's move on to DevCon Luncheon. And I think, Vanessa, you're here if you want to unmute and speak to these topics.
Wonderful, thank you. So just kind of overview again of the goal of the luncheon is to provide a networking opportunity for all women in attendance at DevCon. And I have confirmation from Sherry, who I'm not sure if she's on call or not, but thank you very much. She has us locked in for Tuesday, August 7th for the luncheon. And we have a room that can fit, I believe, around 250 women. So looking forward to filling that. And this year we're actually moving to a plated luncheon to kind of allow for more time for networking and more time kind of together instead of waiting in line for food. So that's exciting as well. We're going to hopefully be having a committee meeting here in the next week or week and a half. So I'm looking forward to sitting down with the Karens and Bev and kind of looking at what we need for online registration, getting that finalized and getting that up on the website so we can hit the ground running and have registration online prior to Pause on Air. So that's something that we can inform people about at Pause that are going to be at DevCon, and to coordinate kind of with the marketing team and get our logistics nailed down. So we're hitting the ground running here and looking forward to seeing everyone at the luncheon. And if you have any interest or burning passion to be a part of the luncheon committee, shoot me an email, or if you're on the Slack channel, shoot me a message on Slack and we'll get you hooked in with our Slack channel.
All right.
That's it for me.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And since you brought it up, I will mention we do have a Slack channel. It has been great for us to communicate between meetings and especially on specific topics. We have a general channel, which is absolutely something you can use for help if you need immediate help or anything like that. So if you are not part of that Slack channel and would like to be, you can contact me at susan@beyondthechaos.biz. I think my email's on the last slide, so you can pull it off there if you didn't catch that, and I will add you to the group. All right, next up is the booth update. And Laramie, I think we got to you before you had to leave. Are you still with us?
Yep, I'm still here.
Awesome.
9:30 is my cutoff. Okay, so we have a quick booth update. I have a designer lined up to be able to take the initial draft design that had been presented for putting a banner up for the booth. So we'll be able to get that designed file, and then I'll send it around to the committee so that everybody can get their feedback on it before we do a final design on that. Our next steps are getting the volunteer staffing registration opened up on the website, and getting the final copy done on the flyer. Other than that, I think that we're pretty much set. The biggest push will be getting the volunteers to staff the booth, and I would like to see us have more coverage this year, so that instead of just being at the breaks and lunches, that with the exception of our luncheon, that we actually can try to get some more coverage on that booth. So
That's great. Laramie, if it's possible to have the sign up ready before Pause, if that's possible, then we can encourage that as part of, a large gathering of women that are all members before then. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't see why we shouldn't be able to do that. It's the module is already installed on the website. We just need to confirm a few features that hadn't been working last year that I want to make sure they're working this year.
Okay, sounds great. All right, we will move on to the website. Brenda is not here. She had to be at a client site. She has been updating. I don't know if you guys have taken a look at the website lately, but it is updated so that it doesn't look like the only thing we do is a luncheon. That was one of the things that I looked at when I first saw it, was all we do is the luncheon. And we do so much more now. I think in years past, that was absolutely appropriate. But now being able to pull in those 4 main goals into the top part of the website has been great. If you are not on our email list, you can also go to the website and sign up for the email list there to get regular updates on things like this meeting, when registration's open and that kind of thing. So we are actively trying to grow that list. Moving on to fundraising, Josie also could not be here today, but she has done a great job. I mean, she led raising this money, and it happened so fast, and we got too much. So we have an extra $4,200. That's one of the things she's working on is what can we do with that? Do we want to include a training day for another person? Can we help them with travel or hotel? Does it need to go to the luncheon? I know she's working with Vanessa on that. So there is some extra money, and we will figure out how to use that as part of the scholarships and luncheon. A big shout out to Barb Levine too. She wrote letters to over 30 platinum partners and just had great success. So that was a huge effort on her part. And as we've talked about, Laura has been great. Laura Betts has been great at getting the word out, and especially making the effort to give so many talks at the FM Pugs across the country. That was also nice to all of you who just even did one. That was a huge push. So you get a big shout out too. The next step for Josie really is starting to look into turning us into a real nonprofit. And that might take a little bit longer, but with this first part out of the way, she can start to focus on that. Maka is also not here. But mentoring, she said that they're really hoping to get a push for new participants at DevCon, and that they will do another round of matching. So if you're interested in being a mentor or a mentee, there is a place on the website you can start signing up now, and then we will do another round of matching close to DevCon. Lastly, marketing and outreach. Paula, I think, is here but cannot. She is where she cannot speak. So one of the things she just wanted to make sure of is that she's there. We're very willing to support any committee that needs it to get the word out, and to also, do any sort of creative or help source creative. She is working right now. She and Monica are working on the DevCon video monitor mock-up. So we will actually have a video monitor in our booth this year. So that's about to head to the booth folks for approval. Laura is, of course, part of this committee, a big part of the committee, handling all the social media. And we have a new member, Monica, who has been doing a lot of the writing on the website for us. So she has been a big help to get some blog posts done and that kind of thing. All right, we kind of started this dream board discussion last time, but I went through this dream board and read as many of the things as I could make out. Some of them are very hard to read from the picture, which is all we have left of the memory from last year's DevCon. But some of the things that I wanted to bring up that people mentioned that I thought were things that we are actually considering pursuing. A job listing board. We can use the Women of FileMaker page for posts and notices. And in fact, we have been doing that. If you have not the FileMaker page, I'm sorry, that should be Facebook. That's my typo, my apologies. So people have been posting jobs on the Facebook page. If you are not a member of the Facebook page and would like to be, you can go and join it, and we'll approve you and get you in there. You can post if you're looking for something. You can post if you are wanting to hire. So please keep that in mind when you're looking. The other thing we've talked about is the DevCon buddy system. And I think the mentorship committee is working on that. They're trying to create it so that, first-time attendees, or maybe somebody who has only been once, can pair up with somebody to kind of get the hang of DevCon. So that's certainly something on the list. We've talked about awards to men who support women. And I think one of the things that we have discussed is putting their name on the banner. And Laramie, if you're still here, that was going to be the banner that we were going to put up at the booth, correct?
Yes, that's right. We wanted to have the names of both the donors and then the scholarship awardees. And I've been kind of planning on the design of that banner so that that's actually a sub panel within it that can be swapped out every year, so that we can have a main banner, and then be able to swap out who the scholarship winners were, and the donors.
And the donors, and I wish, and Josie's not here, Elizabeth, you might know, most of the donors have been men. Is that correct?
There's been a significant amount who are men, so that's great. They're very enthusiastic supporters, but most of them, I think, want to be recognized through their organizations.
Not individually, right?
Correct.
So I think to some degree, we are acknowledging that, and the organizations, and of course the women who donated they should also be acknowledged, and we will do that. I think that we have several men in the community who have actively done a lot to support Women of FileMaker and all of that, but I don't know. And so those of you who are close with those men and you know them, ask them. I don't know whether they want to be called out, but that's something that we could certainly look into if that's something that they would find valuable to them. And then the other idea on here was a mastermind. I don't know how many of you know what a mastermind is, but this is a group of people who meet on a regular basis and you hold each other accountable to your goals. And so I'm going to ask Maka, if you don't attend Maka and you're listening to this recording, you get volunteered for things when you're not here. I'm going to ask Maka to perhaps make that as part of the mentorship group, is that, if you sign up, that maybe there's a choice to also join a mastermind, and we can look into creating that. So I think we've done a good job of tackling most of the things that were actually on the suggestion board from last year. And, we can keep growing them and keep expanding them. Our next meeting is Tuesday, July 10th at 11 a.m. Central Time. Please do your own time zone conversions, because I'm horrible at it on the fly. I usually get it if I can look at a calendar. And my email address is wrong. It's susan@beyondthechaos.biz. I will correct that before the slides go out. We will send out the recording and the slides for everyone who could not be here. But we have plenty of time. If anybody has a topic or a suggestion that they want to bring up, please let's talk about it. Okay, I will take the silence as everybody got what they needed from this, and we will share the slides and the video before too long. Thanks everyone for coming, and have a great day.